finish this yard right here. Of course, Sassy used the mower to go down the driveway, blow off, and come back. Less walking. Why not when we can? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yep, that's the one. So the grass is obviously not high at all, because it's just now starting to come in, but all the attention's going to be on the shrubs. Unfortunately, I didn't know they were big like that one right there, so didn't bring an A-ladder. But we could definitely touch up the small ones. It's not a big deal. And then of course I'll walk the backyard and...
It's gonna be okay because you brought the Milwaukee.
Oh yeah? You think it'll reach it?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, ninjas? It's Whack-A-Granny Wednesday. That's what it is. And we're here taking care of a little granny yard. Sassy's already started on the shwabawee. There is actually a... Oops, sorry. There's actually a pretty good sized shrub right there. But I'm hoping... I didn't bring an A-ladder because I didn't know there was a big shrub like that. I knew there was a bunch of little shrubs. And then there's some side of the house shrubs as well. But we might be just in luck, because I might just have the right tool. Extension trimmers. Yeah. Hey, listen, I want to talk to you ninjas real quick before I go over there and join Sassy, because I told him just start on the little baby ones. But I was talking to a local fellow ninja right here in town, and he is in a bit of a pickle. And I think a lot of us either are or have been at some point, or will be eventually. And he's like, he needs another mower. He's only down to one mower and he needs another mower. And he's like, well, I'm looking at a bunch of used mowers, I'm, about 4,500 or so, with 500 hours. And I'm just kind of listening as I'm driving. I'm like, okay. He's looking at a couple of Ferrises and stuff. He wants a right, but they're expensive. And he's like, I'm like, well, why don't you just buy a new mower? He's like, well, I don't want another payment, Nick. I'm like, well, dude, are you trying to grow your business? What are you doing here? He's like, yeah, man, but I've got the Ferris payment, because he's got a Ferris now. He's got a Ferris payment, I got a truck payment, I got rent, I got credit cards, I got bills, Nick. And I'm like, dude, calm down. First of all, lower your voice. Everybody's got bills. But listen, dude, are you trying to grow your business? Yeah. Well, why don't you just go get another mower? I told you I don't want another payment. I'm like, dude, we're going into the season. And he's like, I don't feel comfortable. Okay, I was like, all right. So let me ask you a question. If you don't feel like comfortable getting another payment, how much do you owe on your Ferris right now? And he said, probably around just under 5. I'm like, so just under 5,000. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so you're comfortable with one payment. Yeah. So why would you go out and put down cash money on a used piece of equipment that you don't even know nothing about? You don't know if it's going to end up being good for you or not, and you're still going to have the one mower payment. I said, why don't you just pay off your mower if you're already set to throw that kind of money down, and that way now your mower's paid for. Go buy yourself another brand new mower, and you'll still just have that one payment, which is what you're comfortable with. I didn't think about that, Nick. So guys, really the whole point of this conversation with you guys is depth, credit, and cash. Listen, ninjas, if you are trying to grow your business, do not fear buying another mower and having a payment, as long as it's justifiable and you've got the work. I don't know what it is with guys, and this is not just the local ninja here that I've talked to. This is several people that I've talked to throughout the years. It seems like, and a lot of guys run their businesses like this, it seems like the goal is debt-free. I want to run my business debt-free. Why? Well, I don't know, Nick, because that way I can go out here and make some money, and I can have the lowest amount of money going out. Dude, you're running a business. You're gonna need expenses. You're gonna need deductions. What are you doing? And the only people that don't understand this is the people that have never reached a certain cap in their business where the government starts punishing you for making money. And you're not there yet, so that's why you're still in that old school mindset. Oh, I'm gonna keep my cash and I don't want to be in debt. I'm debt free. I run my business debt free. You shut your mouth, man. Everybody's different, I understand. It's all good. If you're doing it the way you're doing it, that's fine. But all jokes aside, I would say to anybody who is trying to grow their business, as you're growing, you're getting punished the more money you make. Trust me, I know. I just did my taxes. I don't even want to talk about it. But in order to continue to grow and have enough deductions and try to balance things out, you're gonna have to buy things. I don't want to give up my cash. Why? Well, there's zero interest out here. Why would I do that? They're literally giving you a zero interest loan. If you've already got cash and you're sitting on cash, guess what that means, ninjas? It means you could pay that loan off. If crap hit the fan, you could pay it off if you really needed to. The only reason I think people buy things with cash is because, well, one, they got that mindset, oh, I don't want to be in debt. If you're sitting on cash, don't be afraid to finance. You're sitting on cash. I've said this in my previous videos. If you got money for a mower, finance it. Finance it. Now, if the interest rates were crazy, I would say don't do it. That's crazy. Why would you pay 10% interest on a mower when you have the money to pay for it? Why would you give them an additional couple hundred or a couple $1,000s over the period lifespan of the loan? But if it's 0% interest and all they're going to pay you, all they're going to charge you is for like the processing fee, which is I think like $150. Why would you do that? Why would you give your cash away? And then now, because here's the thing, ninjas, it's called thinking ahead. It's called life. It's called having a family. It's called having kids. It's called things can hit, the crap can hit the floor or the fan or blah, whatever. So now you've saved up enough money for a brand new mower and you go and throw all that money on the mower. Okay, great. You're debt free. Woohoo, congratulations. Now what happens if your truck breaks down? What happens if you need a new trailer? Even worse. What happens if your family members are in trouble? Health, whether it's you or your family, relatives, whoever. What do you do now? Can you help? Of course you can't help because you just used up all the cash you have. Why use your cash? If you got cash, keep it and save it. Now you could invest it, do other things with it where you can try to grow a little money on it. But don't give it away if it's free interest, zero interest. And look, I get it. We are so afraid. So many of us are afraid to jump and take that leap. And that it's a risk. I get it. It's a risk. Everything is a risk in life. In business, in life, everything is. I don't know. Look, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't take a risk. And I always feel the need to have to say, I'm not the biggest, nor do I ever claim to be, nor do I ever plan to be, nor do I ever want to be. But I am where I am, and if you ever pay attention to some of the stories I've shared of where I've come from and how I started, look at it then and look at it now. If you missed the video, detailed lawn care setup of 2019, I talk about it a little bit on there of how I started. And if I didn't take risks, I'd still be maybe not where I started, but definitely not where I am. Does that make sense? You have to take risks. Business is all about risks, but you got to be smart and you got to think for the future. If you get $1 in your hand, don't be quick to spend it instantly that day. Why don't you like spend 50 cents today and spend 50 cents tomorrow? It's just a vision I'm trying to put in your head here, okay? Save your money. Do not give your money up unless you absolutely have to. It's an emergency. Unless you are getting penalized or punished dramatically by a bank because they're trying to hit you up with 10-15% interest, but you got the money, you know, and you need that piece of equipment. You know what? At that point, screw it. Don't give them the money. Pay for it and be done with it. But if you've got decent credit, you've got zero interest available to you, Why are you paying cash? Why? I just don't understand this mindset. I'm running a debt-free business. You know what debt-free is? Debt-free is never gonna happen. You're always gonna be in debt. You got a house, you're in debt. You wanna have a decent truck, you're in debt. You're always gonna be in debt, and those are just the two big things. I don't understand. Look, the way I look at my mowers, I have the money for them, but I finance them because this is how I view my monthly payments. I view my monthly payments like that is the cost of me running Saving Green. That is the cost. And if that's what it takes to run such a business that I have developed over the course of years, it's priceless. It's priceless. So my truck payment, my mower payments, and the insurance and all that, whatever that you need to do, right? That you need to run it and be legal and safe and all that. That is the cost of running your business. And it's priceless. It's priceless because the business, if you can even afford that, if you're at the point you can even afford that, that means you've done something right where the business is higher than that. And that means you can afford those payments because your business is generating more than those payments. Now, what happens if all your stuff is debt-free? Oh, you're a good boy. You're debt-free. And all of a sudden you have an emergency. What do? You gonna call your granny? Hey, granny, can you lend me $1,000, Nanny? Many will agree, many will disagree. That's fine. But I suggested what I suggested to this fellow local ninja here. And guess what? He was like, dude, I never thought about it like that. Thank you. You're welcome. I told him that I'm going to send him a bill for the advice that I'm giving because this stuff is expensive. Apparently, everybody in this community is trying to charge everybody for some advice. Don't pay for advice. There's too much of it free out here. And don't pay for anybody to try to take your money for some advice that they don't even live in your city. They don't know your surroundings. They don't know your area. They can give you the basics. And guess what? Unfortunately for them, the basics are already out here for free. You just got to look for them. The only thing you're doing with that is you're making certain people's pockets richer. But Nick, why are you so serious? I'm Whack-A-Granny Wednesday. There's no reason for you to act like that. No, I know. But I'm gonna go ahead and get going. Sassy's over there. All right, ninjas, just finished that one, and look at that gentleman. He's walked all the way through the field to come on over to us and give us what, Sass?
An orange crush in a glass bottle.
And he said, I really appreciate you guys. You do such a great job. How is it?
It was delicious.
Take a freaking sip.
Nothing better than orange crush and blackjack chewing gum.
All right, ninjas, just finished with this one. I didn't record. It's getting pretty dark, or sun's going down. Sassy's just finishing blowing off. He's probably gonna pop up from the back. That job we did, I went on Instagram Live and I talked about it a little bit. I got very emotional. That particular home is a gentleman who is my age, and he's got the do you remember a few years ago everybody did the ALS challenge? Well, it's because of him. He's my age. He's got 2 kids about baby ninja's age, maybe a little older. Sassy, where you at? There you are. And yeah, a lot of you may know what ALS is. Maybe some of you may not. I really don't know the details of it, or I didn't, at least. I didn't know anything about it. I knew it was a disease, but what it is basically you get paralyzed. Well, when you're paralyzed, you have no feeling, but when you ALS, you get paralyzed, but you still have feeling, and basically your whole body and tissue and muscles are deteriorating. And if you get it, man, you got about 2 to 5 years to live. And he's on his 3rd year. 2 kids and a wife. It's terrible. Terrible. And he's my age. So he was watching me out the window as I was trimming that shrubs. Can't move. It was the most heartbreaking and emotional situation it was the most emotional shrub job for sure. And all this info that I got is from his friend, which is who originally contacted me to take care of that for them. But yeah, anyway, I did the Instagram live, so I talk about it a lot more on there. Had a good day, Sass?
Oh yeah, it was a
Yeah?
good day. Really pretty.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Sass, you can quit texting me. I'm sitting right next to you.
That's a notification about cat videos. I know how it is.
Nature Minute with
Glad
Sassy!
you brought that up.
Okay.
Did you know that lionesses stay with a pack for life?
No.
Oh yeah, they stay with the pride their entire life. So if you're born there, your sisters, your mamas, your aunts, you all stay. But now the boys got to leave.
Are you serious? I thought that the lionesses occasionally leave too.
No.
It's the boys, the males.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that. Why did they leave? Do you know?
Oh, I guess they got to go out and start their own.
The males.
Yeah.
Start their own pride. But what about the kids
Oh no, they stay too.
with the mamas?
The lionesses are sisters for life though.
I did know that the female, we talked about this I think once before, but the females do hunt. The males just kind of.
He must be good at something special. All the women there working for him, they all on kids.
Yeah. From what I've read and seen and watched some of the documentaries, when they get ready to mate, I think they do it like 100 times overall or something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, if you get it right the first time, you ain't got to do it but once.
But yeah, anyway. Thank you, Sass. I did not know that.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I thought it was the females lead, but it's the males. Huh. Interesting.
I got me some allergies.
Yeah. You're not the only one. Mama Ninja is like really sinus infection or sinus drainage, and a lot of customers I've talked to are dealing with it, and Sassy's got a good cough out of it.
I'm choking it out though.
How?
Or just
What the?
you know, every now and then you just gotta cover your mouth when you cough. Everybody know that.
What's tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow's Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday. We whacked a lot of granny yards today, but tomorrow we're gonna be thirsty for them yards because they're calling for rain tomorrow evening.
Yeah. And then
Afternoon?
Friday.
Or noon? Or evening?
Afternoon. Yeah.
Afternoon. And Friday morning?
Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting weekend. We'll see you this weekend, or we'll see you tomorrow.
That's right. Tomorrow.
I'm so tired. Peace.
Bye.